Welcome to another episode of What the Heck Am I Up To? This episode, we're actually going to have a look at what we've done inside the Ranger. Now, the last time we did this video, we did the part one, which was the installation, the yada, 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 how we got the entire canopy converted into this truck. Today, we're actually going to see how it all works, what's going on in it, and what we actually do with all the equipment that we're taking. Now, the last time we did one of these videos, I didn't really kind of give you a proper introduction to the actual truck. Now, this is a Ford Ranger, the proper Ford Ranger wildtrak. We imported it from Australia, and it's a non-homologated import, which means that you can kind of do what you want to do with it, and it doesn't really comply with most regulations, and that's the cool part. Now, let's have a look at what we do. Now, the Ranger comes with a tub, which is this entire rear section that you see here. But what we've done is we took out the tub, like you saw in the last video, and we got this in. Now, this comes in two different sections. You've got your actual tray back, and then you have the actual canopy. I'm going to try and say this with a straight face, and I'm not kidding when I say this. It's actually called a jack-off canopy. Why? I have no idea. You've got hooks in here that you can put the jack-off stands and disengage this part off, which also means that you can take an ATV, buggy, whatever you want, or your cattle from your closest farm. Besides that, let's see what's in it. Now, the thing that I like about it a lot is it's all made out of aluminium. So there's no steel, it's not heavy, but even with all of this, that's a lot of weight that you carry at the back of the truck, which is a bit of a challenge, but it's a good trade-off considering what all you get with it. Now, what do you get with it? Let's have a quick look. When you open the door, it's got nice solid locks. Now, this entire section is airtight, which means it's properly sealed up. In here is the utility section of it, which means we have the refrigerator, bits and pieces, and all your loose stuff that you need to carry, which also means that you get to take your chairs, your stuffs, and all of that. And I've got two tool boxes here as well, drawers, pull-out drawers, which are completely watertight, which helps because in case you're going through a ton of water, whatever, you can keep stuff in here which is not going to get wet, which is really important, especially when you're doing overland trips, kind of what this truck is built for. Now, this side, I have a fridge tray here. We have the entire electrical component, kind of like your own house. So you have your little, I don't know what you call it, a transformer section or whatever. So this is our own in-house transformer section that we get here, which kind of has a dual battery system that we have to power the inverter, the microwave, the refrigerator, the lights, and your kitchen sink as well. I'm not kidding when I say this, and I'll show that in a second. So we have a drop-down fritz light here, which is pretty cool. It allows me to get all my food stuff in and out and within ease of access, and that's really useful because if it's up there, I mean, I'm tall, but I mean, even a giraffe can't get in there and reach what's in that. So inconvenient, stupid, impractical, but that's there. What it also shows is that I've got this entire nice screen in here, which shows me the entire content of the fuel that I'm carrying, the water levels that I've got, the electrical temperatures, the millibar, blah, blah, blah. It's got a lot of stuff that shows on that screen. Really entertaining. And the coolest part is that you have an app, because what else do you not have an app for? You have an app today to figure out who's farted. So that's a great idea. You have that connected to your phone, and that you're in the cabin and shows you everything that you got. Apart from the inner side of this, I've got a drawer that we made up. Now, we did part of this here. We fabricated most of the stuff, the inner side, because I wasn't sure if the guys in Australia would understand what I wanted to do. And then we have a load of space that we can stuff. I carry gloves, medicines, jackets, bits and pieces, cooking utensils, and a shower unit. Yes, I know, I do have a shower unit as well. And it's really interesting because here, if you come on through, I've got a shower outlet here, which means that I actually have hot water shower in this car, which kind of works on the radiator water cooling, whatever. So this hooks up to my shower, and I have a shower ensuite here, which is pretty interesting because this opens up and then you have your shower sticking here, and then you have a nice hot water shower in the middle of nowhere like this, which is really interesting. And it doesn't end there, right? Because here we've got taps. We've got a washdown point, which we've actually got taps that hook in, and it's all powered by this entire cool water plumbing system we designed, which means you have pressure water and non-pressurized water, because we have two outlets, which also means that you can stick a hose pipe in there, wash your car or wash your rear end. Doesn't matter. Car's rear end, I meant. But now you come on through here. Now I'm going to show you some stuff. Up here, all I did was we created space. If this comes out anytime soon, oh yeah, that's it. Comes out like that, eventually it comes out. So we've got boxes put in here, which means that I can carry a load, all of it can get thrown in there. Works for me either way. You close them. Since it's all airtight, it's good because you can throw a couple of bodies in there and get away with it. Nevertheless, let's see what's on the other side of it. Come on through, let me show you. Now, on the right side of the truck, we have something rather special and interesting. Now, this is my house-ish section of the truck. First things first, on the outside, we have an external water filler, which means that I have about a 55-litre water tank underneath the truck, which is for my drinking water, hot water shower, whatever I want to use. My utility section, which kind of works really well because of the hot water shower system and the taps, whatever. Now, when we go through a little far back down, we have another toolbox here, exactly like the other side. And then again, that's sealed, well insulated, so you can actually put perishable food and stuff in there as well. And that's going to be actually okay. Not a bad idea at all. Really solid locks, everything locks. Interesting bit is everything's controlled with my center locking system, which means one lock and everything literally shuts its trap. Interesting. In through here, ta-da, the gates of heaven open. Not really, but kind of does for me. We have a toilet roll. No, that's not a toilet roll. That's a kitchen towel roll thingy there. I have a really nice microwave I can use. I got my toaster. I got a nice drawer here, which means that all my kitchen-y stuff gets in here, including my killer knife, which is very cool. Regardless of that, I've got salt, pepper, cheese. I've got olive oil, just because if I want to make that nice pasta in the middle of absolutely nowhere, that's what I want to do. I've got bread, I've got a whole lot of food I can eat. I've got more stuff in here. Interesting thing with all these drawers, if it, look, it's just like me, it's got a mind of its own, bloody hell. Now, I'm just going to hold it here because it's just PMSing, but nevertheless, this drawer has got Haffel runners, which are really good. It takes about 60 kgs of weight on it, so you want to swing on a banana tree or the drawer, works either way. Now in here as well, we got cool stuff. We got boxes that I bought off on Amazon for like, I don't know, 500 pounds, no, rupees, sorry. It's not worth that much, but it is. I've got my cutting board, I've got plates, I've got saucers and a jackhammer to blow out someone's brain. Besides that, as you can see here, I carry a little stool because even though I'm tall, but this somehow seems to be taller, and I need one of these so I can stand up and get to my tent, sort things out, clean, get to my aerials, antennas, and we'll have a look at that in a quick second. But interestingly enough, I've got loads of space. I've got 1 a box, I've got 2 a box, I've got 3 a box, wait, hang on, I've got 4 a box, okay? There's more. No, actually there isn't. Now that all gets fit in there, works really well. I'm really happy with it, but it's interesting because all of this stuff we actually designed here in India, which you think is unusual, but we did. We just had some frames that came from Australia, but we managed to complete it with all the stuff that we have. Now, if you saw a bit of that, am I missing anything? Oh, the coolest part of this, I have my own mirror, right? Because I have my entire 220 volt system here, because the car's got a 2000 bloody watt inverter, which means you can power anything. I don't want to say anything more because that's going to go wrong. But nevertheless, I've got a really nice mirror here, which is my dressing table, and opens up, and I've got this, I've got my hangers, I've got space to put all my makeup stuff, yada yada. I've got heaps of stuff in here. So essentially, I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to fold clothes, and I like to just throw them on a hanger, put it up in there. If I want to go a bit further, if I want to cook, I've got a little bit of pull-out table here, which helps me a lot because I can cook, do whatever, do my makeup. It's kind of a multi-purpose table. And this is the really cool thing about it, because watch this. The whole thing comes out into this flip open table. Oh crap, I got it the other way around. Hang on. It happens a couple of times because they need instructions. Anyways, there you go. Eventually, that's the table and that comes out of there. So essentially what I'm trying to say is that it works really well. And on the back, we have a lot of stuff going on here. Now, for somebody who has no idea what this stuff is, it is going to look pretty interesting and borderline scary. Now, what we've done here is we've got the spare wheel on the back. Now, this car can carry 2 spare wheels, one on the back and one underneath, which is the original mounting location. Then what we decided to do is we have a dual ladder system, which basically means that this opens up, the second stage opens up, pulling the wheel down, all of this stuff happens, which I'll show you in a second. But before that, I thought I'll show you something really cool and really tidy. We've got an under tray tunnel drawer here, which you open up eventually, and this rolls up. Now, this is massive. Again, this entire thing is waterproof, watertight, so you can keep documents in here. You know, you can add, there's a ton of stuff you can keep in here. And it's interesting because it just won't lock back, because it's got a locking mechanism that you release and that push it back into the truck. Now, when you open this, it's got latches up here on both sides, and oh wait, no, hang on, no, there you go. Eventually we get there. Easy does it, right? So this opens up and you have a proper dual ladder system. Now with this, I can make it to the moon. Not really, but just up the truck. So that's good enough here, but I'm not going to monkey around just yet, because what the second section of this does, it's got a hydraulic lifting system, because I can't actually physically carry one of these big tires because they're really heavy. They're about 80, 90 or probably even more, and that's a lot of weight. So doing that in the middle of nowhere and kind of spraining your back or something, it's just the most logical thing to do. So we decided to have a dual system, which means that we release the second stage of the ladder, and that's hydraulically assisted. So when you release the wheel, the tire actually opens back down and lays it out in front of you. Yeah, like that eventually, which makes it my life a lot easier, because if I've actually got a flat in the middle of nowhere, I can remove that, roll it back onto this, the hydraulic system picks it back up, throws it back, lock it, and you're good to go, and Bob's not your uncle. But moving to something rather interesting. Now, if you're wondering what we've got, I'm just going to lock that there, in this big box section that we hear, it's actually a toilet. This is a Portaloo. I pull it out. It's a 16 litre. Oh wait, no, hang on. It's an 18 litre capacity. So you do your business and everything. And the reason it's outside here is because for sanitation purposes, obviously. So essentially, if shit goes wrong, you're not going to get the smell inside. And it all happens out here for that two-wheeler that comes on you behind that helmet, without the helmet, behind the helmet, without the helmet. So he gets shit-faced. Now, that aside, on this side, we actually have the jerry can holder. Similar to that, everything's lockable, everything's got latches, and we have a proper average size a jerry can. We have a proper average size jerry can in there, and that's handy because you have a standard, what is this, a 75 litre fuel tank, and then you have another 20 litre fuel tank to go as well. So hopefully you get a good 700 kilometers radius in that range. Now that you see what's hanging on the back side, not on mine, but on the trucks, let's go and have a look at my actual living accommodation, and that's pretty cool. So what I did with the accommodation, I did something simple and smart. Now we've got a Jamesboro tent on top, and that's nice. That's a nice big queen size bed. You can put 4 people in there, really good. But there will be times when you're overlanding and you're not able to access that, or you're just in a dangerous spot. So what I decided, I threw out my back seat from here, and we converted it into a nice big bed with a nice foam. And it also helps because we also add some underbed storage, and that's handy because you can keep heavy stuff down low, keeps the center of gravity low because it's all over the show at the moment. Now, in order for us to get the tent up and rolling, is I use a pair of gloves because I don't want to pinch my fingernails while doing all of this. Well, as you see, that's not rocket science, but it takes an arm, a leg, and most likely 2 other people. Nevertheless, I could get it done, and I'm pretty proud of myself. So this is what the truck's all about, and hopefully I'm going to get charted with some interesting places to go and see across India, and hopefully one day the rest of the world. Until then, I hope you liked this video. Subscribe, stay tuned for more madness that's going to come your way. Till then, I'll see you soon. Bella ciao.